Wanted to give a quick update of where we're at with the time clock in Shopflow. Did quite a bit of work on the back end to rework it so that we'd have a much simpler interface and way of reporting, specifically being able to start and stop time on a particular operation, and also to be able to add time to an administrative task or to another level of the card potentially in the future. But anyway, so right now, this is what we have. When you first come to the time clock, if you're not currently clocked in, you'll have the option of clicking start to start your day or start your work. And the first thing it'll do is ask you or prompt you for an operation. So if we go ahead, and this is where we can search for the operations here to start from, I will probably make it either here or right on the front of the time clock some recent uh, operations and or assigned, just something to make it maybe a little simpler to find what you're looking for. But anyway, so I'm going to start and close. So that is going to now start my time. So now I can see I have an option of taking a break. I can switch to a different task, or I can stop, which would basically be the same as clocking out. So really kind of looking at it in terms of a time clock, in terms of starting the time clock and stopping it, almost like a stopwatch, maybe. Doesn't really matter in terms of uh, terminology, I guess, but just something the way I'm thinking about it. And we can also now see that this line is one that is green, which is showing that it is currently active. So if I click on this, and I can actually just edit this. Let's say we make it. Actually, I started at quarter after. If I save and close that, I'll see that that changes, and it shows a duration here, which is based on the current time um, minus the start time or the end time. And what I want to show now would be probably to switch to another task. So let's do that. So if we were going to switch, it'll show us what our current operation is. And then our next operation will be this guy here. Let's add a note, hola, and then switch and close. So that's kind of just a default I have there. I'm not sure right offhand why this didn't update selected, but you can see this is the one that is current at the moment. And so you can also see that what it did is the one that was previously that we were working on, it set the out time to the start time of our new task, basically. So that's great. And now we can also just add a time. So if we add a time, whatever, let's say here, I see admin. Let's just add a duration. So we can save and close that. Now that time, that just general time where we don't have a start and end time to it, will show up at the bottom, and we can just do it just based on the duration of that. And so then we can still, we go to stop, it'll pull up and say, here's what we're currently working on. We can set a note here as well, and then we can stop and close that. And then let me just refresh to see if that worked. I'll have to double check on that. I'm not sure why it didn't close out just the way it was supposed to. But again, I'm working through, the more I've been digging into this, the more little quirks that I've been working out into it. Still the same idea of being able to go to a card and drill into it, then be able to essentially start a time here. Or maybe. So if I start that and go to a card, yep. So what this would ideally be is it would click on it, and then we could switch to this task, And if we were currently working on one of these operations, that would show up as green and active. And so then we could see what we're currently actively working on. Along with that, really looking forward to being able to have a menu option of clocked in and be able to see what people are currently clocked into. If we go to the time cards now, I still have a little bit of work here, but I did add the ability to click on this time card and then be able to pull up this person's time. And again, be able to edit it as an admin and see the hours. So I have a little bit of digging in to do to make sure that everything is adding up the way that it should. But this is the direction I'm heading with it right now. So love some feedback. I'm going to keep working on this. I'm really wanting to finalize some of the quirks and get things solidified. Hopefully soon. I'll keep working on this. Today's Thursday, tomorrow Friday, into the weekend. Thanks.